Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be working on a Audi A6. This is the 2006 model, the wagon. So what we're going to be working on is the control module here in the center console. It's called the MMI, and that is where you can use the navigation, the radio, and CD player and whatnot. It's common that this, over time, the circuit board will go out on it, and it won't show up anything on the screen, and you can't turn it on, turn it off, turn on the radio, turn on the volume, or whatnot. So what we're going to do is take that out and put a new circuit board in there, connect it, and see where it goes from there. So here we have the new MMI that came in the mail. You can order this online, purchase this online on eBay, Amazon, or any site that you can find this motherboard for that MMI. So let's open this up here, and it's a circuit board just like any other circuit board. It's going to be sealed in the plastic bag. And there you have, that's the bottom side of the circuit board. That's going to connect through the harness plugged in. Another side is where all the connecting knobs of changing the volume and pushing the button for navigation, radio, CD, and all the other stuff. And that's where the knob for the volume and the radio on and off. So there you have it. We're going to put this in, but first we're going to get the old one out. Out with the old, in with the new. So first, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take this side panel off to get to the center console, and it's going to be like this on both sides. And there's a cover here that we will need to pop off, and then there will be a screw in there, and then that will be the same thing on both sides. And then we may need to take the armrest right there off, but you will follow the procedure while I'm filming. So we're going to pop this out and just put a flathead, and it should just pop out. And then you'll see inside there will be a screw there that we will need to remove. Once we take that screw off, then we'll be able to just pop the panel out. So it's going to be a T25 that's going to take that screw out. So once you loosen it, there you are. After you have loosened that screw, you can now just pop these out by hand. pretty much all the way to the rear. Once you pop it out, you can just grab it and remove and set it to the side. You're going to do the same thing on the driver's side. So you can pop that out. T25. And then you're just going to pop this panel out like you did to the other side. Like so. So next what we're going to do is we're going to lift the center armrest, and then we're going to take these covers out. That's one cover, and then there's one in the cup holder. Okay, and as you can see, there's a bolt or a screw in there, and there's a couple in the cup holder. Actually, one in the cup holder. And they're both gonna also be a T25. Okay, loosen that out. Actually, the one in the cup holder is a little smaller. So the one in the cup holder is going to be a T20. Okay, unscrew that. Put that to the side. Now we're going to open this part here for the cup holder and see if there's one in there. And it doesn't seem like there is one. So we're gonna see if this will lift up. So from the back, if to pry that air vent out, you need a tool with a hook, kind of like this. And if you can see, probably not, but inside there's a hole on either side of these vents that you actually put the hook into right here, and you're gonna pull this out. There's gonna be one on each side. I'm going to pry it out like so, and then inside there's going to be a nut that we're going to have to loosen up to get to the center armrest out. So it's going to take a 14mm. So loosen that out. Once you've taken that 14mm out, you should be able to raise this completely up. Like so. And there's going to be a cord hooked up to it. And it's right there, so you're just going to disconnect it. Once you have disconnected the cable, you're just going to remove it. So there's a couple of cables that you need to disconnect before you take this center armrest out, and that will be this cable and this red one that's connected to this. Once you have disconnected that, you can actually raise this up and then pull the cord out from the center here. So you're going to grab the center console, armrest, whatever you want to call it, and put it to the side. Alright, next, we have already taken out this screw here that goes in this cup holder, and what you're going to do is this cup holder is going to pull upwards, and there's a plug for the cigarette lighter, and we're going to unplug that, as you can see right there. And you just pinch these two harness and then it'll detach. Once you have disconnected that, pull that to the side, and there will be another screw there, and we will unscrew that. To unscrew that, it's going to be a T25. So now from there, you can actually pull this up. So just pull it through and put it to the side, and that will give you access. Alright, next we're going to take these side screws off. There's going to be one on each side. That's that one. And there's the other one. It's going to be a T25 as well. Loosen that up. So next, underneath here, there's going to be a trim that you're going to take out. Just be very careful, because the clips can be very fragile. And that's that. Next, under here, you're going to pull this out. And there will be two T25s there that we will need to undo. So what you're going to do is grab this and lift it up. So with this trim right here, you can actually go underneath and pull it up. Like so. And you're just going to tuck it underneath the center console thing. So we're going to take this cover off to get to the MMI. This is where the cup holder is. And it's going to be the looks like T20 is going to fit in that spot. So these are going to be the T20. You're going to unscrew these, and there's 4 total, 1 in each corner. Okay, that's 4. Then you're just going to lift this up. Like so. And this would be a good time if you want to start cleaning up the gunk. So it's not dishwasher safe though, so don't run it through the dishwasher. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, take this cover off, and it should get access to the MMI. And again, it's going to be the T20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we loosen that up, I'm going to flip it, and it should raise up. We got to take this chrome cover off, and we got to be really careful because it's just clipped on. So I was careful of lifting each one of this. You're going to start on one side, lift it up until it unclips, and then just go all the way around, and then you got the chrome trim off. With that being said, since we have already taken out the 4 bolts underneath, this should slide right out. And again, this would be a good opportunity to clean everything up. There's a bunch of trash and spills and stuff in there, so we'll put that to the side and clean that up later. So here's the MMI module, and like what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart here and take the motherboard out and replace that. First we're going to unscrew the brake switch that comes out, and then take these 4 screws out to get to the motherboard. So first thing we're going to do is unscrew the brake switch. That's 1, 2, and there's that brake switch there. Put that to the side, and now we're going to take these 4 screws out for the motherboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and take, should just be able to, oh, so there's clipped on here. So what we're going to do is be careful and unclip it from there. And since there's 2 clipped there, I'm very sure there's going to be 2 other on the other side. And it's probably behind this cover. So we're going to try to lift it. Oh, no, they're on the side. There's the 3rd one. And number 4. Okay, and now we're going to just lift it. We're going to go ahead and peel this. And that breaks it loose. So here you have the motherboard. or circuit board, however you want to call it. Just match it up there. It looks good. So we're going to take this one out. So we're going to pull that out. And if you can see, here's the rubber piece that goes over it, so when you push the button, you know, it can pop back up. But it's pretty dirty. But so we're gonna peel this off, and we're gonna get that clean and put it on the new one. That's what that looks like right there. If you can see right here, it looks like it corroded around the switch and stuff. And over time, especially when you have it near the cup holder, you're going to spill liquid on there, some kind of fluid. So that's what's going to happen. Here's the switch. Here's the button or knob for the control for the radio volume and off and on. And that's what it looks like there. You can see that. So we're going to clean all this up. Yeah, it's still kind of moist. We're going to clean this up and before we put the new circuit board on. So I cleaned everything up, as you can see there, and then air dried everything. So now we're going to put everything back together. So for the motherboard, this goes, all these rubber pieces go upwards. Okay, I'm just going to fit it in there like so. And then this is going to sit right on top of it. Okay, then you're going to flip it. Once you've done that, you can put this on top, and it should clip all into place. And then you get the 4 screws. And the 4 screws are going to be the silver one. Set that in. Then it's going to be at the T20. And slowly screw it in. Make sure they set in there in place. And then you tighten it. And just barely tighten it. You don't have to tighten it too much. You don't want to crack anything. And there you have it. All the buttons actually feel a lot better. And then on this, you're just going to pop the knob back in place. Okay, you can hear the knob. Turn it. And then from there, I'm going to screw the brake switch back on. Okay, and it's going to set in like this. And it comes with these 2 screws here with the washer looking thing. And there's your brake switch. And Now we're going to set this back in to place right there. Go ahead and flip it so we can put the 4 screws back in place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're going to set the cup holder back in place. Okay, and I think it let's see. Okay, it goes into place like this. Slide that back in. Put the 4 screws into it. Make sure you set these in straight. You don't want to go in an angle. And that's why I'm having kind of trouble with these right here, because my tool is more, it's pretty wide on the top, so got that one in. Put that in. Alright, so those are the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna flip this back around. And now we're gonna put the trim back on. And all that does is clips back on. And we also washed that too. So we're gonna clip all that in evenly and straight. Like so. And right here, you're probably asking what goes there, and that's where the push start and shut off for the car start, the keyless push start. But we can put that on in a minute when we put this whole center console back in. So before I install this back into the vehicle, I wanted to show you the cables that you will release from the center console while taking everything apart. So this right here is far inside, that plugs in to the back, and it plugs into the lighter connection. And then this other cable here next to it, that goes to the push start, engine stop, engine start, plugs into the back of that. Next, you have this cable here, and that goes into the parking switch. Next cable is this brown one that plugs into the MMI. And then further down, this goes into the cup holder. And in the cup holder, there's actually a lighter plug, maybe for your cell phone or whatever device that you're going to plug in to charge. And that's about it. And then for an automatic, you got this that would kind of tuck down you pull up and then tuck under, and same with this cover. So putting everything back on will be the reverse of what you took off. I've already explained which cord goes, what plug goes to what, so I will not be showing the video of me connecting the cables. So I'm just gonna put the start button back in and then plug it up. I'm not gonna show y'all me plugging in anything because it's kind of difficult to show anything on video when it comes to underneath the underneath the console. So that goes there. Now I'm going to plug in the cable for the parking brake. Pretty much a lot of times when you do things like this, you have to do it by feel. So now, once we got everything plugged, you're going to go ahead and set everything into place, and you're going to get these center stuff, and make sure you get it outside of the control panel or center console, and then you're going to set these right in. You're gonna have to wiggle things around to get things back in place. Okay, something's so pushing. So we're going to snap these back in place. And then this sits down into place like so. And then remember, there's two bolts that are in here. And then we're going to go ahead and screw that in. That's one. That's two. And then you're going to go ahead and slide this back in. There. And then there's two bolts on the side that we need to put back in. Go on the side. That's one. And the other one goes right here. It's two. Once you have done that, we're going to go ahead and test everything out, put it in park, and then we're going to turn on the vehicle. And it looks like the MMI is coming on. And then we're going to test out the radio switch works, navigation works, CD comes on. See, if we turn it off, it goes off. Turn it on, it comes on. So it seems like everything works, and now we're going to continue and put everything back. So I'm going to turn off the car, release the brake.